Summary and Review of The Art of Choosing by Sheena Iyengar. Introduction. Sheena Iyengar's The Art of Choosing is a deep exploration of the psychology behind decision-making. It is a rich, thought-provoking analysis that delves into how choices shape our lives, the factors influencing our decisions, and how we can improve our ability to make choices. Iyengar, a professor at Columbia Business School, is renowned for her research on choice and decision-making. Her personal experience of gradually losing her sight adds a poignant layer to her exploration of how we navigate the complex landscape of choice. Part 1. The Illusion of Control. Iyengar opens the book by challenging the commonly held belief that more choices equate to better outcomes. This section is grounded in her famous JAM study, where she discovered that offering consumers a limited number of options actually led to higher sales compared to a more extensive selection. The study revealed that too many choices can lead to decision paralysis and dissatisfaction. Iyengar suggests that while we believe we are in control when presented with numerous options, in reality, the abundance of choices can overwhelm us and reduce our ability to make optimal decisions. Part 2. The Cultural Context of Choice. The book then examines how cultural differences shape our perceptions of choice. Iyengar compares Western individualism, which celebrates personal choice and autonomy, with Eastern collectivism, where decisions are often made with the group's well-being in mind. She illustrates this with the example of a study involving American and Japanese children. The American children performed better when they chose their tasks, while the Japanese children excelled when the tasks were chosen by their mothers, highlighting the cultural differences in the value placed on choice. Iyengar also explores how the cultural context can affect choices related to healthcare, such as in the case of life and death decisions. For instance, American patients are often given the autonomy to make their own end-of-life decisions, while in some other cultures, the family or doctor might make the decision. These differences emphasize that the concept of choice is deeply embedded in cultural values and norms. Part 3. The Pitfalls of Choosing. In the third part of the book, Iyengar discusses the cognitive biases and psychological mechanisms that often lead to poor decision-making. She explains how we are influenced by factors such as anchoring, where we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive, and framing, where the way a choice is presented can significantly alter our decision. These biases often lead us to make suboptimal decisions without even realizing it. Iyengar also discusses the paradox of choice, a concept popularized by psychologist Barry Schwartz. She argues that while having choices is generally positive, too many options can lead to anxiety, regret, and a feeling of being overwhelmed. This is particularly evident in modern consumer culture, where an overabundance of choices in everything from toothpaste to life partners can lead to decision fatigue. Part 4. The Science of Choosing. Iyengar transitions into the practical aspects of decision-making, offering insights into how we can make better choices. She emphasizes the importance of simplifying choices, prioritizing options, and focusing on what truly matters. One of the key takeaways from this section is the concept of satisficing, a term coined by economist Herbert Simon, which suggests that sometimes it's better to settle for a choice that meets our needs rather than endlessly searching for the perfect option. Iyengar also introduces the idea of choice architecture, where the way choices are presented can influence decision-making. For example, automatically enrolling employees in retirement plans, but giving them the option to opt out has been shown to increase participation rates significantly. This principle can be applied in various aspects of life to help people make better choices by structuring decisions in a way that nudges them toward more beneficial outcomes. Part 5. The Freedom to Choose. The final section of the book delves into the concept of freedom and its relationship with choice. Iyengar argues that while freedom of choice is a fundamental human right, it is not an absolute good. The ability to choose can be empowering, but it can also be a burden. She explores how the pursuit of freedom through choice can sometimes lead to isolation and dissatisfaction, as people struggle to navigate the endless array of options available to them. Iyengar also discusses the role of choice in personal identity, suggesting that our choices reflect who we are and who we aspire to be. However, she cautions that the pressure to make the right choices can sometimes lead to a loss of authenticity, as people make decisions based on societal expectations rather than their true desires. Personal reflections. One of the most compelling aspects of The Art of Choosing is how Iyengar weaves her personal experiences into the narrative. As someone who has lived with blindness, she offers a unique perspective on the limitations and opportunities that come with choice. Her reflections on how losing her sight affected her ability to make decisions add a deeply personal and human element to the book. She illustrates how the loss of one sense can heighten others, allowing for a different kind of choice-making that is more attuned to internal cues rather than external stimuli. Review and critique. The Art of Choosing is a masterful exploration of the complexities of decision-making. Iyengar's writing is both accessible and intellectually rigorous, making complex psychological and philosophical concepts understandable to a broad audience. Her use of real-world examples, combined with extensive research, offers readers valuable insights into how and why we make the choices we do. One of the strengths of the book is its interdisciplinary approach. Iyengar draws on research from psychology, economics, sociology, and philosophy to create a comprehensive picture of choice. This holistic approach allows her to tackle the subject from multiple angles, providing readers with a deeper understanding of the topic. However, the book is not without its weaknesses. Some readers might find the book's structure somewhat disjointed, as it shifts between personal anecdotes, academic research, and cultural analysis. While this diversity of content is one of the book's strengths, it can also make it challenging to follow a coherent narrative thread. Additionally, the focus on Western versus Eastern perspectives on choice, while interesting, sometimes feels overly simplistic, as it doesn't fully capture the diversity of views within these broad cultural categories. Another critique is that while Iyengar does an excellent job of explaining the pitfalls of choice, her suggestions for improving decision-making are somewhat limited. The recommendations, such as simplifying choices and focusing on what matters, are valuable but could have been explored in greater depth. Readers looking for more practical strategies might find this aspect of the book lacking. Despite these critiques, The Art of Choosing is a valuable read for anyone interested in understanding the complexities of choice. It offers a thought-provoking exploration of how our choices shape our lives and how we can navigate the challenges of decision-making in a world overflowing with options. Conclusion. Sheena Iyengar's The Art of Choosing is a compelling and insightful book that sheds light on the intricate psychology of decision-making. It challenges the conventional wisdom that more choices are always better and offers a nuanced understanding of how cultural, cognitive, and emotional factors influence our choices. While the book has its flaws, particularly in its structure and depth of practical advice, it remains a powerful exploration of a topic that is central to our lives. For readers who seek to understand the art and science of choosing, Iyengar's book offers a valuable guide. It encourages us to be more mindful of how we make decisions and to recognize that sometimes, less really is more when it comes to choice. Whether you are overwhelmed by the myriad options in modern life or simply curious about the factors that drive our decisions, The Art of Choosing provides a fascinating journey into the heart of choice.